We are recording.
Let's get started here with our September Community Engagement Committee meeting. Thanks everybody for joining us. We've got a new member with us today, Wayne Levitt, so student representative. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to take a minute to introduce yourself.
I'm Danny Levitt. I'm a senior at Dixon High School. At the high school, I am class president, student council president, and co-president, as well as involved in the National Honor Society. I run cross country in the fall, and spring in the track, and track in the spring. Yeah, of course, and then outside of school, I'm very involved. I work at Discover Dixon as an intern as of right now.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Sleeping happens when?
Yeah.
Yeah, not very.
Yeah, okay.
And when she's not doing something, she babysits our cat in house. So we're awfully grateful to her.
Babysitting, that's on the resume too.
Yes.
Well, glad to have you with us, and well, it feels like we're a little smaller today than we have been. But I'm glad you guys will all be here.
There's a couple people coming. They got delayed at schools. So they've texted us. They'll be on their way.
So we'll call meeting to order and take the next item on the list here is approval of minutes from last time. You have a chance to take a look at those. Any questions, comments? Okay. We need a motion to
Motion
approve.
to
the minutes.
approve.
Do we have a
Yep.
motion to approve the minutes.
So
And a second. Citizens agenda. This is our spot on the agenda where kind of open, anybody can bring anything. If you get something weird to say or comments, something completely off the agenda can be brought in at this point. And generally, there's nothing here, but it's always open to do that. I'm seeing nothing jumping out of people's mouths.
John, we had a meeting with Faith Christian, so we do their service plans and reevals.
Okay.
This past week, and the principal said, "Hey, I see these attendance matter sign all over Dixon." And he said, tell me a little bit more about this, because he said, we have the same issues, and I know you're 90%, which I'm like, how does he know that at the high school for, attendance to go to homecomings and whatnot.
Mm.
And so he said, he was just questioning about it for the senior phrases.
Cool.
For the, I guess, banners all over the country,
Yeah, it's fun.
and asked him what was about it. But, yeah.
That's nice to get recognized by.
And outside people, yeah.
Yeah, Danny, that was our thing last year. We put together at the end of the year, these campaign for attendance matters. We heard about the things stuff at the school. So we did a little part chip in with that. We put big banners outside of all the school buildings. And then there's like an 8.5 by 11 sort of sheet. Well, I've seen a lot more of them now as I've been on different places. It's great. So that was our project last. And so first discussion item for today is kind of taking a look again at the numbers for where we're at for next. Aaron, we put these together. Maybe you want to walk us through what somewhat self-explanatory.
That is pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, this is 23rd day numbers, just because we don't have like a nice first quarter type of round number to go by right now. But so you see last year's percentages versus this year's percentages, and then our difference. So obviously we're early, so not huge jumps one way or the other. Washington actually is pretty substantial, which is nice to start us out for the year. But and the reason why Dempsey shows inconclusive for last year is we just had some difficulties doing attendance at the beginning of the year, just with it being a new school and getting it up and running in the system. So that's why we don't really have a whole lot of data for them to start with.
Yeah, these numbers are it's great to see that.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Yeah, no problem.
do we want to pull these then every month from like starting tomorrow through the day before the next meeting and look at it that way? How do we want to pull the data to kind of monitor it monthly?
I honestly, with how I pulled this report, it's pretty simple to do. So
When's the end of first quarter?
October,
10th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there.
I would say, community organization
doing a attendance matters initiative. I got an email today. I just zoomed past it really quick. Did you get the same one?
Yeah, it's the Regional Office of Education, so it serves Whiteside, Lee,
And
Ogle, Bureau.
do we have representation? Is that, was it a resource fair? I'm sorry, I don't know much information. I just glanced at it. But would that be something that we would need representation for?
I don't know what they do as far as, a formalized group like this. We have an upcoming superintendent's meeting. I can try to find out more information,
I
but
just wondered, resource fair. Family money, or-
I think it was their family night. Yes.
That, did you have that at your building? The attendance matters thing?
The sign?
Well, Lindsay contacted
From
me.
the ROE.
Was that through the ROE? Did you guys have it in your building? Attendance
I think it
matters?
was in Sterling, I remember. Reading that flyer, I think it was something in Sterling.
Was it Sterling? It wasn't at Sauk, was it?
That was for the principals, I think, but like they invite the counselors. To
I
that
could have
too.
sworn Lindsay said family.
But they did have a family, night. They did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Madison?
Not at Madison, like we have some stuff planned for this year.
Are you talking about the lunch, the family lunch?
No,
No, oh, okay.
oh, and I even asked. I said, who's doing that?
We just had.
I'm just gonna look for it. 'Cause I
Yeah.
know I saw it.
I think I said the ROE.
Did it?
Did I?
We just had a family picnic day, that was fun, and we handed out attendance information at that as well.
Oh, is that what she wanted it for?
Yes,
Because Lindsay
yeah.
wanted some attendance
Yeah.
handouts and because I had seen this family night, that's why I thought it was you guys. I'm sorry.
No, that's
My bad.
okay, yeah, we're planning some parent engagement
I told you I'm
events
not.
this year, so.
So-
I did lie.
It's first, that's an attendance workshop. Attendance
Oh,
matters
okay.
Thursday, September 18th at 7. The ROE is hosting for parents and caregivers in our community. It will focus on school attendance, help children succeed academically, socially, emotionally. And then it's a virtual session that you can sign up for.
Okay.
If anybody wants it, I can send it.
I gotta see it.
Okay, well, that has nothing to do with us. Sorry. I brought that up.
No, but because it has the same name, I know that was the first thing I looked at, like,
Yeah.
what is this? You know, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
We stole from someone.
That's right. Stealing our stones.
And the group that's putting it on was the group that came and met with us at the end of last year, Angie, Garza, her daughter, and that, so Mackenzie, yes.
That's good. Feel free to. And if everybody recognizes the problem, everybody's pulling some of it.
And it sounds like they're really cracking down at the ROE. Like they said, I think they have 2 kids that basically, they're kind of threatening, like with detention centers for the weekend for truancy. And in Lee County and one in Whiteside, they were just here, John, they went to our meeting yesterday. So, they said they're really cracking down. I don't know if that's a solution, but.
When all else fails, try
Right,
something.
I think they're just sick of it. I think they're sick of parents and kids and the excuses and. Yeah, the Nexus met with the users and with that yesterday. This was to give me some sweet on.
So yeah, looking at monthly numbers on this would be, and the comparison point to last year is helpful. I'm always curious about, when people ask me about this, I try to remember, was it before COVID? The numbers, the absenteeism drastically changed from before COVID until now.
Yes.
And what I'm kind of hoping we'll see is our numbers now start to creep back to what it was before. Do we have statistics on what the numbers were like back in the olden days?
I'm sure we
Would
can,
that be hard to pull up?
we could look.
I gotta-
Kind of a
I-
benchmark of like,
the
here's-
year.
Yeah.
2019, 2020.
yeah, something like that. COVID-19, I'm sure that's the number, but
I believe there could be some global data pulled from our school report cards. It'd be interesting to see what we could, if we could do anything, differently with our lumen system. We can take a look.
That data's got it, so. Where we're at.
Do you want to start at like 2019 right there?
Not necessarily need everything between there, but just some kind of benchmark of the pre-COVID days. That seems like a great place to get back to. It's also true that that may not exactly be what we're focusing on this year. I don't know, feels like we put a lot of time into that. See where it's going. So cool, that is our attendance piece, and now shifting to our next discussion item is, what are we looking at this year? As you can see on the agenda, it's discuss and build a survey that will go out to the community, for the folks here to look at focuses for us. The last time we talked about that being what we're spend some time today, putting that survey together, and that can go out here, and by the time we meet again next month, we have some results from. So yeah, that's today's discussion, is shaping that survey, and so what that can look like. Margot, you had something to pass out, is that?
I did. I pulled, unfortunately, I pulled attendance, but it might give us ideas of demographic things to look at. But I pulled a variety of different surveys that were out there.
One thing that I was thinking about is when I had 3 kids in different schools, I hated the surveys. Is there a different way that we could do it, whether, because I don't know what the stats are on people completing it, and maybe, I mean, studies have shown, like we learned last year, that there's a certain demographic of people that don't take attendance as seriously. Maybe that demographic we want their input, maybe they're less likely to complete the survey on the phone because they wouldn't take it as seriously. So I wonder if there's a way for more interaction, could we give it a paper copy at parent-teacher conferences? Or, I mean, I don't know what that would look like, but I think we should get more interaction from a wide range of our kiddos' families.
It's always the thing, how do you engage people who aren't the ones who normally engage?
Does everyone go to parent-teacher conference?
Elementary.
Elementary, and even that at times, our goal is always 100% for every classroom.
Because there's always a little waiting period there. Yeah. You know,
Mhm.
if I have a table set up or something, like, in other words, you don't go past this table and sort of.
Yeah,
Out.
I think it might.
We even do that for like our 5 essentials survey.
Just gonna ask you that, so when, I've never seen the parent side of Ed Essentials, is that question on there about without it? I've never
I
been,
can look.
I've just done the worker side, not the parent side.
Well, could we, and I think we did it at a title parent night, we wanted the 5 essentials filled out, so we had Chromebooks set up. Where we, like, have teachers put out a Chromebook and have it open to the survey. I don't know, like, Jean, were you the one who just said, like, you're sitting there waiting for your turn?
Yeah,
You know, that, I think that's a good idea, that people maybe have more time as they're sitting and waiting for
Yeah.
something.
because they send out one per child, and if you have, a kid in each, I mean, want to give up before you even start.
Really speak up.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think would be struck, so. And then, I don't know, it just depends what we ask, whether.
And how do you then disaggregate the data per building? We're gonna be putting out, the K-5 wants to talk about holiday parties. So PLCs are gonna start looking, I just sent it out today, this afternoon, because they're having for attendance, sign up to bring stuff, and then we don't come through, so we have no snacks, no blah, blah, blah. So It's kind of like what else is out there? Is there a new invention of what this is gonna look like moving forward? Or hey, parents, if we don't start getting things, it's putting a lot more on our teachers for not only providing, but then coming up with things instead of having your room parents and your parents. I designed that initially to, you know, only thing I'm gonna be able to disaggregate is like, you can put, I have a kid in all three buildings, they can put, check all the buildings I said you have a child or children in, but I'm not gonna be able to disaggregate, so Jefferson only, unless it's a Jefferson only kid.
Well, but I guess, isn't the survey going to be, we're looking for what's important to focus on is, right, is about what we're trying, so does it really matter what school they're in?
Not for this one.
Or this, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You-
I don't think for this one, because if we're looking at, just like attendance, it's important throughout pre-K through 12.
And if you think about those questions and really, refine them, that you just have a few. People are gonna you're gonna
Yeah.
answer 3 questions or 5 questions, but you're probably not gonna flip the page and keep on answering.
Yeah, we want to keep it as short as possible
Exactly.
and still get as much data.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the question, is what is it that we're trying to do a survey for here? If we get real clear on that, we can, the question should be clearer. I keep coming back to us being community engagement committee, keeping it at that scope, or we can drill down into saying attendance is something we're gonna continue to focus. Seems like a good
I
decision
mean,
for
I
on.
think, like within that, what about like, what obstacles, like, or barricades do you have with getting your child to school? And then like list, transportation, parents working, like, so it's like kind of like community and then attendance.
And it could even, Beth, what are you struggling at home in relation to school? Is it homework? Is it, yeah,
Mom and dad working, yeah.
I started a little blurb. I think I sent it to you, John, Kathleen and Margot. I think I might have sent it to you, but I'm not. I think I sent it to you.
you did.
We want your feedback. And then I said, and I used our brand colors, the committee is tasked with engaging the community for the betterment of the students of Dixon School. We've done done outreach about school start times, mental health and attendance. We'd like to hear from the community about, and that's as far as I got. So, I mean, as like the header or the front page of it, but I wasn't really sure. I don't think we can leave it super open-ended.
Yeah.
Cause I'm afraid if we leave it open-ended, that could get ugly.
Options.
Yes,
Let's do
yes.
options. Yeah,
Huh?
I mean, options.
Oh, yeah,
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
I don't,
There could be an other, but.
yeah, other would be, sure, but. So I don't know. I wasn't sure, John,
Yeah,
where we were
yeah,
going
yeah.
with this.
Well, so that's the first question for us here now. Are we focusing on attendance or are we focusing on just a broad community engagement? Or some other thoughts or feelings about that?
Well, I think we need to hear from the parents what their needs are, right? As a school, we know that we're focusing on attendance. Like, how about from the parents? Like, what do they need from us?
Jenny, what if we said something like, we know parenting is hard. Tell us where, how can we help you?
Yeah, I like that.
And at that point, it's a wide scope. We're not talking about how can we know parenting are, how can we help you get your kids to school?
No chairs for
Yeah.
those.
Oh,
We're asking a very wide question. How can we help?
Yeah, could we narrow it down to like 5 or 6, like things that we think they might answer and
Right.
then they can do the fill in the bubble?
Yeah. Are you thinking things like Nexus, like food or like food insecurity? I mean,
think
what do you
just
think?
Resources, like,
Okay,
they know about that we can hook you up with like somebody from Tri-County Housing or Lee County Housing. Or, do you want to involve impact to get your water turned back on? You know, do you want counseling referrals? We have outside counselors. You know where there's food at Monday through Friday. Which day the food pantries are open.
You
So-
want to say something like? What? Trying to do the positive part of the sandwich first. What things?
Yes.
You like about your child's school?
Mm-hmm.
The teachers, I mean, I don't know, just some, that's, I'm not phrasing it very well, but. I gotta try to.
I agree. Be optimistic.
Yeah. Well, because if you're only asking people
What's wrong?
what's wrong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you like to do together as a family? Like, I think that's super important too.
But if we're saying, what, 5 questions? Is that kind of?
Yeah, keep
a
it,
good
keep
number?
it short, keep it short. So is the idea that I heard you saying, Jenny, was, you know, what is it that you need help with, and then giving them a list of categories or something, or,
Yeah, but I like Amy's start. Like, I think it's good to start.
yeah.
This,
Like, parenting is difficult.
Oh,
you know,
parenting
like,
is hard.
yeah, Parenting is hard.
I think we should also have what is, the child struggling with.
Like that.
So the family, but then also what is your child need help
Yeah.
with? Or how we can support the child.
And maybe throw attendance in there,
Yeah.
you know, because
There you
maybe
go.
that's an issue.
So if there were 5 categories of things that we are going to toss out as, pick one of these boxes or one or more, and if there are 5 categories to cover everything, what would be on that list?
As far as hard things, is that what you're?
Yeah, things that people might need help.
We have family, the individual child, the school, that means of the school, like what do you enjoy most about the school, right?
Yeah, and that can be at the end. I mean, I do like Amy's introduction.
well, what I did was I put what I had first, explaining, you know, what we do. And then we've had outreach about school start times, mental health and attendance. As a committee, we know that parenting is hard. We'd like to hear from the community about,
So we can support you.
so that we can. so that it
Ways in
sounds like,
which we can.
Yes, we're here to help. Yeah. Well, we are, right?
Yeah.
Yes, if we
We
can.
like to hear from. We like to hear
I guess I could drive.
We would
that.
like to hear from the community or
Your new retirement.
here, we want to say community or parents. We want
I've done.
community. We would like to hear from the community about
ways we
Yeah.
support you.
ways. Oops, from
In areas.
Areas, I forgot.
Or John, were you thinking mental health, attendance, like,
I
specific
think that's the
things?
question that's what comes right after this, is we don't leave it wide open to them to say anything at all. We give them like 5 options of different categories of types of things, like mental health might be one of those, or rides to school, but that might be a little too specific.
Improving your attendance, or he's like rides to school, they're gonna be like, oh, I'll sign up for a ride to school. She need Rhiannon in her.
Attendance,
bonus.
yeah. Homework, schoolwork, academics might be one thing.
Yeah.
Then there's somehow like family resources, or something like food and clothing. I don't know how to categorize that though.
Then you'll be prepared to, in response to the survey, we are here to help you with those,
Resources attached.
you know.
who's following up? I
At
mean,
this
if we're
point, if
gonna
it's not something.
reach out and get them, we gotta be sure that somebody.
Right.
And it should be said at the beginning of this, the point isn't that we're gonna solve all these problems for them. We're just at this stage, again, just trying to understand what do people care about, what's important.
So then we look at the survey, right, and then decide the important needs, and like, okay, so this means that they haven't been to our website to see the resource page, we need to push this out. Right, so like, we can't do anything until we see the data.
Exactly. Don't know what we could do. So we want to make that very clear at the beginning, this is not,
Right.
like, we're gonna bring you food tomorrow.
Where do we put our time, our energy, and our resources
I
at?
would like to hear from the community about areas where okay. So maybe this doesn't work.
We can find the sports.
Or direct?
Areas that you need some. Areas that we're supporting.
Where
Things that are important to you.
we would like
Sorry.
about areas or things. Things that are important to you in the following areas.
Which of the following areas are important?
We can always leave an open, text box where, if we haven't listed something, please put it down.
Somebody had a term where we put food, shelter, what we listed for, what was the over umbrella term there? Somebody said. That was it, you can.
I think that was back to the family needs.
Is it
Family resources, I think.
family, because then you could say in parentheses,
Sure.
i.e. food, shelter, so we
Right.
don't need to ask a separate question for everything.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Another one might be relationships at school. Bullying came to mind at first. I think you might put that into a bucket.
like bullying / relationships then?
That's good.
Okay.
I wrote down relationships /
Slash friendships.
Yeah,
It's hard because
We
that's
we get
yeah.
too general, we're not going to get the answers that we're looking.
That's the main thing that you're working for. You don't want to sound like, that's not already happening with our administrators in our schools, they're working for that every day.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Then we can support them better if it does prove to be an issue.
well, and honestly, on one of our I just learned this last week because my brother-in-law was in this conundrum, but like our kids rate themselves in the 5 essentials about like safety and bullying. So then you guys are able to pull that data like, okay, so let's say Reagan was a 53, that's pretty good. Because then you look at Challen, they're a 39, 34, they're not feeling safe. They're feeling threatened, so like just like comparing, we already have that data on our 5 essentials that we can compare. I just learned this, that we can compare Sterling, Brad Falls, Dixon. Which is, I think that's good for the parents to know too. Like, like your kids do feel safe. They rated, because they're rating themselves on 5 essentials.
Another one just came to my mind is, something you said, communication, getting information to or from the schools. The thing I hear just in general referred to, I can never find anything on the website. I never know anything that's going on.
Okay, but
I know, that's a whole rabbit hole.
well, I send out I think I told you this maybe at the last meeting, I send out the PTO seesaw to every parent in K5, 1,300, and I think maybe 500 when I like go back and look, like 500, maybe 500 to 700 have read it. And that could be that, one parent of like 2 or 3 kids. So I don't know how that calculates,
Right.
but we have a lot of communication in place.
Yeah,
We're leading them to the water, John.
I get it. that we
I
do
shouldn't be defensive about that, but
that.
I just gotta say.
That's good.
And you are, in that, you're always gonna hear those were
The bad
loudest
stuff.
people.
Yes.
When I was delivering the posters, I went to a restaurant and said, look at that. And she said, my granddaughter, we got a call like at 5 o'clock. And I mean, she is so sweet. She would never, they said she wasn't in school. She was in school. She's so sweet. She would never. And of course, I'm saying, I'm sure it was probably, sometimes there's just error.
Yeah.
No, from.
We make mistakes.
No, sometimes, Like, and, oh my gosh, I got such a.
Granddaughter wasn't at school.
Or she's not as.
That's
Granny, I mean.
So,
And again,
so those are the ones you hear.
yeah.
I know.
And the point of the survey isn't necessarily to get the truth. it's also, it's to get
The
our
perception.
people's
It's just-
perception, what are they feeling?
Yeah, and to gather data, like we want to hear, what do you need? And how can we help?
All right, so we would like to hear from the community about the things that are important to you in the following areas. Family resources, transportation, I can reorder these if you want. Family resources, transportation, homework, school relationships, and I put bullying, comma, friendships. I mean, like, I think we have a third grader right now who says he wants to die and he doesn't have any friends. So I think for some, friendships are a big deal. I mean, just saying. What else did you write in the others down that I missed? Oh, attendance, okay.
I like, in the family resource setting, food, clothing, and transportation.
Oh, put transportation with that?
is a resource.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
Okay.
fair?
That's fine.
Pretty much basic
Oh,
needs.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so
Transportation
Food.
is, oh, I guess it is.
yeah,
I think
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
even-
now it is,
Yeah.
you know, like you don't think of it being, but really.
housing,
Clothing,
clothing,
shelter.
housing, transportation.
Yep.
Why is this thing on my face?
What else? Food,
Because we
clothing,
dared to move this week.
That's all we have. Food,
We're good.
clothing,
Okay.
housing.
homework.
And that homework, I might change that to academics. In
Okay,
general, 'cause it could be that you're doing it at home or you're doing it, or.
I think schoolwork.
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 Great, great,
I like that.
great, perfect.
I like that.
Potty training fit in there anywhere? I'm not kidding.
I know.
We have kids at Jefferson who are not potty trained. And been a big topic that's been coming to me, and how can we assist parents? I know we've even
Wow.
talked about that. Never thought that would come up, but
With the mental health.
Oh, I don't think I had mental health on here.
But I think, because we broke it down to a student, right? Didn't we say student?
No, I said school relationships.
Okay.
Potty training is part of personal care.
Yes,
That's a family
I like that.
resource, maybe.
that's a good one.
like that.
I could put personal care under that family resource list.
Hygiene. Hygiene.
Personal hygiene.
Hygiene is.
I'm not good, I cannot put potty training. Because
But
seriously,
I don't think parents are gonna understand that for long, you know what I mean? Like, we have to
The
not
real
think as
problem.
educators and think of.
well, hygiene, you're right, I'm not sure everybody knows what, could read the word hygiene. And there are those that need it the most
So what if you
to
put,
call it that. It sounds bad, but
it's
I'm
not,
being
it's
honest.
okay. I mean, I would say like
Self-care.
personal care slash potty.
You really want to put that?
Yeah, I think you should. Preschoolers too. They
Fill it
Well,
out.
and it could be personal care, and in parentheses could be hygiene,
It would be important.
potty training.
2% specific words potty training. I mean. We have one shot and we really want some.
And Clarissa has.
Okay, but can you put a parentheses for a parentheses? I mean, is that,
You're struggling with this, aren't you?
I am.
Potty training. Just put it down.
you're
You're
gonna
gonna
make
get
me write
all
it, aren't you?
over there and type it.
You're gonna make me type that. No, Jenny, I'm asking because I'm making this list, okay? The following areas, I have family resources, which I put, and behind it in parentheses, I put food, clothing, housing, transportation, personal care. Can I put dash potty training? I don't know, because if I could list potty training in the list with personal care,
Well,
but a parentheses and a parentheses, is that a bracket?
Hashtag.
I don't know.
Hashtag.
Just trying to think of sixth grade grammar.
Hashtag potty training.
Potty training?
Fluid problems.
Do it.
Am I using poop emoji?
Yeah.
has one question.
yeah, once we get to that long.
Oh, this was an intro. Are we am I making the survey?
Oh, I
Are
thought.
we doing this?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. I thought these were survey questions.
I can make them survey questions, but guys, what I had that whole beginning, it just looks like this, okay? This is the cover.
It'll be reformatted. You're collecting data.
I'm collecting, okay, I'll just keep typing.
It's gonna be great. You're
Okay,
You're rocking.
okay.
I do think the simpler the better.
Yeah.
Because they're just gonna wanna do it fast and.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thinking about higher level of categories here. Mental health, family resources, this communication, relationships, schoolwork. That's 5. Was there another one on there that I missed?
Okay, hang on, let me add mental health, because that one is that relationships? Or is that something different? Okay, I have mental health, family resources, schoolwork, school relationships. Now that's 4. But
Oh, I'm just sitting here.
No, if we are collecting this data at parent teacher conference, why don't we do surveys that have the word potty trained in for Washington and Jefferson, surveys that don't have the word potty trained?
oh, let's leave it on there.
Madison.
We're not doing paper, are we?
I didn't know, it's just.
All right, other than these, are there other categories? Of things that are gonna be, we think would be,
Remember, we said something about the school, but I guess that could be within school work, like,
Well, we have schoolwork and school relationships. What else?
oh, I have just some relationships. Okay.
I had schoolwork.
How about the parents at home?
I like that.
A lot.
That's something to definitely better.
Absolutely.
How many parents do you have come to your parent lunch?
Quite a few. Yeah, I mean, it was
That's a good.
It was hard to track exactly. It made Beth and Carol crazy. So it was probably,
It was
but
enough.
that's a good gauge, but yeah, I mean, we probably. No.
Honestly, even like grandparent day at the middle school, I was amazed at the amount of grandparents that come for 6th through 8th grade. So I mean, like.
They love it.
Mhm.
I just sent out a survey yesterday asking for like times of the day that parents wanted to be involved and listed like, would you want to help in the cafeteria at recess, help take things home and cut out for teachers, just to trying to get an idea of people to contact if we do need help in an area.
So. The little intro blurb I
I
had.
almost filled it out.
and
That was
then
great.
can
she
you just ask them to check areas. List those areas out and ask them to check areas that you would like. Support with or more information on.
I like that.
Couldn't we just make it like wouldn't it be a 1 question?
Could make it be-
Yeah. Would it be?
Okay.
I wouldn't want it to think, I wouldn't want a parent to think, we're gonna look at this, they better write their name on it, and we're gonna have someone call them.
Yeah.
Exactly, so I'd wanna word it in a way where.
All responses are confidential.
Because we're not doing paper, right? This is.
Not.
Okay.
Okay,
Housing insecurity, I don't want them to think that the director of Lee County Housing is gonna follow up with them.
They're not putting any content out there, so they know.
So then we'll just push out, there's Tri-County, there's Legal County, here's her name and phone number.
so we get are you saying, Jenny, then we get the data all back from the surveys and then say, okay, so we're gonna do outreach on, oh, there was a lot of housing. So we're gonna do outreach on housing, is that?
We get the, on any of the needed areas.
Well, I just use that one for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah,
Exactly. Whatever find out what the needs are, and then we'll just take action of whatever. Choose next time around. So at the top of here, parenting is hard. What can the school help with, or what does your child need help? That's the focus here. Another one I almost don't want to open up the can of worms on is for people who believe the school's doing them wrong and sometimes they have issues with administration or school rules or
How do you feel we could address that?
I have no idea how we could address it.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I've not changed rules or whatever they want. No, I don't. Obviously, but
You run.
but
Do you have to go looking for that? That will come to you.
Yeah, I would say they'll be at your board meeting, Johnny, don't worry. If they have a problem,
They're not though. We have board meetings in there.
they're not.
You really?
Oh, we don't have,
No news is good news.
but I
No.
hear more grumblings in the community.
I think perhaps you need to talk to administration and find out how many calls we take a day.
Plenty of that.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. I was gonna say I had 3.
And they come in. They'll come in.
Okay, we would like to hear from the community about things that are important to you
Or your child.
or your child.
Right?
And or your child. Or your child, sorry with that, in the following areas. Please, would that be so?
That would be.
Okay, so this is gonna go out as an electronic thing that we're gonna put together and be sent out,
Forms.
probably a form or something like that. Sent, so we don't need to get it super exact in the text format, but I think we've got all the general information.
And without asking their name, I'm looking at this one that Argo handed out. Could we at least get the information of how many children do you have, what grade? So we know, like, oh, it looks like we have more of an issue at Jefferson, or it looks like we have, you know, more of issue with the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
Does it aggregate, like, thinking of forms, like,
Could do that as a question, like,
Differentiate.
what grade is your child
Well,
in?
we're gonna pick them up. If it's the physical form, we're gonna pick them up from each school, so we know.
How about if they don't want to remain anonymous and they need help, like, are you interested in a school personnel reaching out to you to give further information? If so,
Right, if interested.
if interested,
You can fill out your
Name and
email
number.
or
do
something.
you like that?
We could say, rather than trying to collect that information, we could say, if you've got issues, call the main number of your school.
Oh, I feel like that's bad. But then
If they need help, where should they go if they need help?
that's, so like if you leave a box that said like, if you were interested in further resources or if we can assist you.
I think that would become a liability to this group. I don't, that we're equipped to.
And then the question is who?
yeah, who's
Well,
taking care of it?
if somebody called, like, where should somebody go if they want help with this stuff right now?
I get a lot of calls that say, I don't know where to start, so I'm starting with you.
Social worker.
And I'll say, tell me what's going on. Yeah.
All
Simple question saying, please select the schools that you know what I want to say, that your children attend.
Yes.
So
Just
we
to give
could
us a nice.
Like I did for the
Yeah.
party survey.
Yeah.
Please check the buildings you have children, a child in, or children.
You need help with anything. Big believer in school secretaries.
And I feel like
They're
we
the
also
backbone.
encourage people to go to the teacher
Exactly.
first, and if they're not, you know, able to solve something, then the administrators there, or assistant principal, whatever, that have in public school. They do, forward.
Great. Okay, so, and then we'll send this out via Thrill Share to everybody and their brother. Is that the idea?
We can put it on all of our social media sites. I can email it to every person, parent or guardian we have an email for in Lumen.
Okay.
And we're just sending out a reminder to always go in and update make sure your information is correct in case we ever have an emergency or need to get a hold of you for anything. So it might all back to back. I think Rachel was gonna send that out today or this week. So,
Anyway, yeah.
you know, if this goes out in the next week or so.
They have it for me. Well, wait, please. Yeah, teacher conference will be October.
Mhm.
So I get to them then.
And we can certainly keep it open that long, and that way, you know, like I can talk to administrators tomorrow at our meeting to say, hey, make sure either near the front door or wherever they check in, have a bank of computers ready. And have somebody just manning it to say, you know, if you want to take the survey, we'll help you. Because there are people without internet and there are people without computers, not many, but we then make that available.
The idea would then be to have it done and the results ready for, we can compile them and have them here for our next week on the 21st. So we close it October 15th or something like that. Couple of weeks.
We can, even if you're doing it on forms, Amy, we can put a quit date where it won't take it anymore and
Okay, so as far as logistically doing the doings of creating that, what's the best way for us to do that?
I'm on forms right now, I've got it. All I gotta do is plug in.
Great. We finish-
I have at the top, I just have what I said. Community, that whole spiel.
Great.
And then as a committee, we know that parenting is hard. We'd like to hear from you about things that are important to you or your child. My thing will be, please check any of the following areas that are a concern.
Like a check
Do I wanna
box,
say
so
a
it's-
concern? Yeah.
Is it concern or important? Yeah, what did we?
I don't know. I had important up here.
Oh, you're the one.
concern, need, focus, help.
Please check. I want to say any or all, or please check the area.
All that apply. All those.
Please check, thank you,
All that apply like that.
that apply to your family. Like that word family. Okay, so then I just go with. So then I go, yeah. I,
No,
you
that's
want me to
perfect.
send it, who do you want me to send it to? Like, send it to Aaron and then send it out for people to look at?
Yeah, let's everybody take a look at it, make sure things are okay,
Yeah.
and then, I mean, we can launch it next Monday. If there's anything you can get back to, you can do a reply to all to the email. And then, once we hear that, I can push it out to Kyman to put on our website, social media pages, and an email via ThrillShare.
Good. Great, then next month we'll review this and, see where we're gonna go from there. Anything else that we want to talk about this? Cool, then we need a motion to adjourn. Very good, a second. Second. Great.
I thought somebody said it. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll all be happy. I made potty training its own.
Oh.
One.
Yeah.
Tired.